Welcome to my channel. It's good to have you here. This is Decagon Math, where math is made easy. In this video, I will be explaining how to multiply complex numbers. So at the end of this video, you should be able to perform the multiplication operation on any given set of complex numbers. With no delay, let's get straight into it. So we're going to start with two complex numbers. We're going to define two complex numbers. Let's say we have Z1 equals to A plus IB, and we have Z2 equals to C plus ID. So we are going to multiply these two complex numbers. That is Z1 multiplied by Z2 will equals to A plus IB multiplied by C plus ID. So this becomes A into bracket C plus ID plus IB into bracket C plus ID. Now A multiplied by C gives AC, while A multiplied by ID gives plus A, or let's write it as plus IAD. And then we move to the next part, which is this. So we have IB, we have plus IBC, then plus I squared, and we have BD. This is equals to, now we can factorize out I here. So we can have IC plus I into bracket AD plus BC. Now for this part, I square is minus 1, right? So we can write minus 1 times BD. And minus 1 times BD gives minus BD. That is minus BD. Now we can bring this and this together to form the real part. So we write AC minus BD plus I is bracket AD plus BC. And so this is what we have. You can also put this in bracket like this. So this implies that AC minus BD is the real part, while AD plus BC is the imaginary part, and I remains our imaginary unit. Okay, moving on. Let's take a look at some examples. Now, this is our example. So we are taking this example given that Z1 equals to 3 minus 2i and Z2 equals to minus 4 plus 5i. So we have to find the following. We have Z1 times Z2. We have to find Z1 raised to power 2, and we have to find Z1 plus Z2 multiplied by Z1 minus Z2. We have to find Z2 raised to power 2, and also Z1 times Z2 plus Z2 raised to power 2. Now I'm going to do number 1 to 3, and 4 and 5 will be left as exercise for you to do, and I would like to have your answers in the comment section. I'll be glad to acknowledge them. So let's start with the first one. Solution. The first one, we have to find Z1 multiplied by Z2. This implies that we are to multiply 3 minus 2i by minus 4 plus 5i. Since there's no space, so let them write down in the next let me write that in the next line. This equals to 3 minus 2i multiplied by minus 4 plus 5i. So this can be written as 3 into bracket minus 4 plus 5i multiplied by minus 2i, then we have minus 4 plus 5i. So this equals to minus 12 plus 15i minus times minus gives plus. So we have plus 8i minus 10i raised power 2. This equals to minus 12. 15i plus 8i gives plus 23i, while for this one I squared is minus 1, so we have minus 10 multiplied by minus 1, that gives a plus 10, right? So from there we add minus 12 and 10 and plus 10, so minus 12 plus 10 gives minus 2, then we have our plus 23i. So this is the answer to the first one. Then the second one, which is II, we are to find z1 raised power 2. So z1 raised power 2 is what z1 each is, which is 3 minus 2i raised to the power of 2. And this can also be written as 3 minus 2i multiplied by 3 minus 2i. Then we simplify this by writing 3 into bracket 3 minus 2i, then minus 2i into bracket 3 minus 2i. So this becomes 9 minus 6i, then minus, sorry, this should be, okay, this is 2i, alright, minus 6i, then this is plus, because this multiplied by this becomes a plus 4i squared. And now this equals to 9. We can add this minus 6i give minus 12i, and then I square here becomes minus 1. It is equals to minus 1. Alright, so over there we are going to have that is minus 4. So from here then we add 9 minus 4 is 5. So we have 5 minus 12i. That is the answer to the second question. And then the last one, which is III, we have to evaluate z1 plus z2 multiplied by z1 minus z2. Alright, now let's break this down. Let's first calculate z1 plus z2. That means 3 minus 2i multiplied by minus 4, minus 4 plus 5i, and this equals to, so by expanding this we have 3 minus 2i minus 4 plus 5i. So we have that 3 minus 4 is minus 1, and minus 2i plus 5i gives plus 3i. So our result is minus 1 plus 3i. And then we obtain z1 minus z2, which equals to z1 is 3 minus 2i minus what z2 is, which is minus 4 plus 5i. So I need to manage this space. Now minus, that is minus 4 plus 5i. Alright, so simplifying this, we have 3 minus 2i minus 2i plus 4, because minus times minus here gives a plus, and then we have minus 5i. Now the next step, we have 3 plus 4 is 7, and minus 5 minus 5i minus 2i minus 5i is minus 7i. Then we can now move on to do the product of z1 plus z2 multiplied by z1 minus z2, which equals to our result of z1 plus z2. Let's check. That is minus 1 plus 3. We have minus 1 plus 3i multiplied by 7 minus 7i. So we have minus 1 into bracket 7 minus 7i plus 3i into bracket 7 minus 7i. This equals to minus 7 plus 7i plus 21i minus 21i raised power 2. This equals to minus 7i plus 21i gives plus 28i, and this gives minus 21 to bracket minus 1, because I squared is minus 1. So this equals to minus 7 plus 28i plus 21. This equals to minus 7. Let's add it. So I'm going to add minus 7 to plus 21, and that gives us 14. That means we have 14 plus 28i, and this is the result for the third one. So remember, you have to do number 4 and number 5 as an exercise. We have come to the end of this video. If you are watching on YouTube, please subscribe, like, comment, and share this video. If you are watching on TikTok, please click on the plus button to follow. Also comment, like, and repost. Thanks. Goodbye.